Imagine a country that buys garbage from other countries, and its residents do not disdain to carry old things and hand over bottles to reception points. It's a creepy picture, isn't it? And if you have already imagined a godforsaken third world country, then you are mistaken. We are talking about Sweden, one of the richest countries in Europe, which has become an absolute record holder in waste recycling. And today you will learn how Sweden turns garbage into gold. The old proverb telling us that clean is not where they clean, but where they do not litter, the Swedes managed to change it to clean where they repair, divide and recycle. 1%, that's how much garbage ends up in Swedish landfills. According to the Swedish Waste Management Association Avfallsverket, Sweden now disposes of more than 99% of household waste. The recycling system works so well that almost all developed countries that are not indifferent to their own ecology take an example from it. Why does this system work? No, not because the Swedes are some kind of aliens feeding on garbage or because the waste has learned to teleport itself into space. The system did not work yesterday. It all started in the 70s of the last century. Sweden, which has a harsh climate and is completely dependent on natural gas supplies, has decided to radically change the energy situation. Experts estimated that each Swede produced about 1.5 kilograms of garbage per day, and considering that 4 tons of household waste more than compensates for the use of 1 ton of oil, simple logic led the Swedes to the only right decision. The country is seriously interested in recycling garbage. The secret of the Swedes was that if in a number of countries this practice remained within the framework of an environmental experiment, then the Swedes approached it with all seriousness and practicality. And since 2002, in Sweden, it is simply forbidden to throw into landfills something from which you can get energy. Even the industry itself works on garbage. Swedish garbage trucks run on biogas or electricity derived from waste. Incinerators operating on waste-to-energy technology are replacing nuclear power plants for the Swedes. On average, such plants produce about 17 terawatt-hours of energy per year. This energy is enough to heat a significant part of the territory of Sweden. And if coal is needed for a conventional thermal power plant, then garbage is needed for such plants, that is, raw materials that cost practically nothing. Solid waste disposal provides 20% of the heat in Swedish homes. Swedes even accept garbage from other countries. It is brought to them for free, for example from Norway. Neighbors are only too happy to get rid of garbage, and for Swedes it is essentially an energy resource. For 1 ton of garbage, incinerators receive $43. For example, in 2014, Sweden received as many as 0.3 tons of garbage from Norway, Ireland, and the UK. And so, in addition to raw materials for heat and energy, Sweden made a profit of almost $100 million. But Sweden is not alive with a single garbage. The Swedes themselves admit that burning garbage is not an ideal option. Burning an old thing and making a new one, much more energy is spent than when processing. In addition, when burning garbage, carbon dioxide and greenhouse gas are released, and this is very upsetting for some Swedish girls. Therefore, the population is strongly encouraged to sort garbage and recycle it. For the convenience of residents, marshalling yards have been installed throughout the country, located in supermarkets, municipal institutions, and even in the subway. Currently, 48% of household waste is recycled in Sweden, the rest goes to incinerators. For example, the fibers contained in paper are restored up to 7 times, plastic is recycled and used for the production of new things up to 7 times. Recycling has opened up new business opportunities. Someone sells lead obtained from batteries, someone makes fiber from tires for the flooring of artificial football lawns, and someone turns old newspapers into eco-friendly shovels for cleaning dogs and cats. In addition, Sweden produces the most electronic waste from all EU countries, about 200,000 tons annually. Since 2014, all retailers of equipment in the country have been obliged to accept broken, outdated equipment for recycling, on the principle of exchange. When you buy a new computer, you have the right to hand over the old one at the same time and get a discount, plus the government encourages Swedes to repair household appliances, shoes, bicycles, reducing income tax by half the cost of services. To accustom the Swedes to conscious sorting, the system of fines, explanatory work, active social advertising helped. In many kindergartens in Sweden, children learn how to make garden compost from potato peels and other food waste. Or recycling is generally a separate subject in the program of classes next to physical education and music. In addition, line services are actively developing, where instead of buying things, owning them in proud solitude, people share everything they can, from cars and housing to skis and bicycles. It got to the point that a whole new genre of Panto-Mayer commercials appeared in Sweden, literally recycle more. A bright, environmentally friendly future in Swedish is the so-called circular economy. We were right when we said that the Swedes turned garbage into gold. They make serious money on it. The classic approach or linear production is when we take resources from the environment and return them back, but in the form of garbage in landfills. A circular economy hopes to make a circle out of this straight line, recycle all or almost all waste. To use this raw material again for the production of things or energy, and so on indefinitely as long as it is appropriate. It is difficult to say whether the rest of the world shares this approach, but the advanced powers are trying to adopt the experience of the Swedes. So in Japan, they learned to build islands out of plastic. The artificial island of Odaiba in Tokyo Bay was created from compressed garbage, and parks, factories, an airport and an elite residential complex are already located on its territory. The land of the rising sun is no less scrupulous about the issues of internal ecology. And now it produces everything from sportswear to carpets from recycled materials. So far, many countries are still far from a waste-free Swedish life. To do this, you would have to at least reconsider your relationship with plastic bags, refuse to take it at the checkout in the store even for free, that is, change your mind. Discover the inner Swedes in yourself, and the next time you go to the store, take not a package, but a bag for groceries. That's all, friends. Support us with a like and a repost if you liked this video.